Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Sitting out here on the patio, enjoying my last day here in Costa Rica for a couple of weeks, and just sipping on a little bit of liquid sunshine here. This is mango and orange juice. Basically, all I'm doing today is packing and eating fruit. I was looking at my stash last night and I started counting and I realized I had like 29 mangoes that I need to somehow dispose of today before I head to the States. So I'm going to eat as many of them as I can, and then I'll probably end up freezing some, and I'll come back to some. Anyhow, today's topic is going to be about the name of the channel, Raw Tropical Living as a Lifestyle. Now I do videos every day on raw veganism, plant-based, fitness, health, philosophy, sometimes a recipe or two, a little bit of this and that. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell as well and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. This video came into my head as a result of I've been thinking about branding lately, and I was working on a video and I was thinking about raw tropical living. I don't want to be. I like to look at raw tropical living and the place I'd like to see it eventually go as a brand, as this channel, as kind of as my channel, as me, is more of a holistic lifestyle thing and not just be this one little narrow thing of raw vegan food all the time. Although that is a huge part of why I'm doing what I'm doing, where I am in my journey now, where I am in life, and just it's had a huge, profound effect on my life. This is really good. That's maybe my favorite thing on the planet right there. And as I was thinking about that, and kind of, following up on that video the other day, I was talking about Costa Rica being a paradise and just thinking about the different elements of health. And, some of these lessons are things I've known, but some of these things have really been they're ultra sunk into my psyche now. Like I say, things that I knew before, but now that after having lived here for a while, I've just become like, yeah, that's just something I need in my life. Obviously, the first component is food. Or I'm not putting these in any order of importance, but I'm just saying since, mostly my channel is about food. So, yeah, I talk a lot about food from a raw vegan lifestyle, high carb lifestyle, but mostly a plant-based lifestyle. And I want this channel to always be more, inclusive like that, and not just so narrow on the raw vegan lifestyle, and just, show people the benefits and the advantages of living a plant-based lifestyle and eating real food, eating real whole foods, plant-based foods. So I think that's a huge component, what we're eating in our lifestyle, but also as well is air quality. And what we're breathing. And that is just a lesson that's just been really ingrained into me over these since last July, is just being able to breathe good air all the time. Being able to breathe good air, like from the elevation I'm in, and it's good air quality here. And also being, like I say, in a temperate place where I don't need to use air conditioning, as opposed to, like a lot of people live in North America. I don't know about Europe, but I know just going to my mom's house that I'll pretty much be all inside for the next 2 weeks. Whereas here, my door is always open. I'm outside. I'm breathing fresh air all the time, and there's a lot of value in that. And there's a lot of value in being outside and breathing fresh air when it's actually clean quality. So there's two components right there. It's not just the food, plus we need clean air. We need to be breathing fresh air all the time, not inside, in recycled air. Vitamin D, I go over that over and over and over. The food's just not, if we're not getting proper vitamin D, the food's just not going to click. It's a catalyst. The vitamin D is a catalyst that brings so much of this stuff together. And that is just point number 3 that has to be included in my lifestyle. Maybe, well, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not trying to rank these in order of importance, but you know, the vitamin D might be right after the food, or who knows, whatever. But the vitamin D is uber important. So you know, we've got the food, we've got good air quality, breathing fresh air every day, getting vitamin D, stress management. I was watching a video the other day, and like I say, I'm working on a video that's a little bit more detailed. You know, it's kind of on filling in some of the gaps on me and getting back to tightening up my game. So I'm, you know, and like balancing a little bit more. I've kind of got a little sloppy on my omega-3s and my omega-6 levels. You know, how the balance of those. But that's another video. But anything, what I was talking about is stress management. Stress is huge. And that was coming up in that video I'm working on. And listen, stress kills. Stress is probably worse than bad eating. Stress is probably worse than smoking. Stress is probably worse than, you know, whatever. Drinking. It's just, stress is like horrid. Like anybody will tell you. There's not a whole lot of argument on that stress is a killer. And you know, you can be kind of fanatic about what you're putting into your body, but I see so many people in this raw vegan community, in the raw vegan niche, in just the plant-based niche, that they're uber strict, uber like worrying, you know, like very fanatic about what they're putting in their body, yet their lifestyle. You know, they let worry bother them all the time. They're always troubled by something. And the stress, you've got to figure out a way to manage that. You know, there's physical ways of manage that. You can do, you know, you can practice yoga. Now for me, yoga is a good, kills two birds with one stone, so to speak. I hate saying those little phrases, you know, those phrases we came up with that now as a vegan, when you say them, you're like, well, I don't like that. I don't want to kill any birds with any stones. But you know the mentality I'm talking about. Say with a yoga or something, for me, that's always been kind of a double bang, because you get the mind-body connection. It is good for the head. It's meditative. It's stress relieving for me. But it's also, you know, depending on what style you practice, it's good movement. It's good exercise. It's invigorating to the body. But I would say, yeah, you know, you got to do whatever works for you to manage that stress, or just to, you know, quiet your mind. Meditation, yoga, Tai Chi. You know, Tai Chi is something that I would like to get involved with down here. I'd love to work with somebody that could, you know, get up and do a little Tai Chi in the morning. I've always been interested in that. Been interested in Eastern philosophies for a lot of years, the Tai Chi and the meditation. But yeah, you got to do something for the stress management. That's a key component. So right there, what do we have? We have food, we have vitamin D, we have air quality, we have stress management. And like I say, the next one would be movement, just doing any kind of movement, exercise to get our body moving. You know, like that's just an example of yoga that kind of takes both things. Whatever, just walking, moving your body. Weight-bearing exercises. Don't discount lifting weights, doing body weight exercises, because that's good for the bone density as we age. And plus just to have strength, you know, to be able to do things as we go on. And then the last one I would say would be water. You know, a good source of water. I think I was saying the other day on that video about Costa Rica, that, you know, another thing about living at elevation, even just regular tap water here. We had somebody check the water that was looking to buy the house, and the water was his eyes just like lit up. It was very good quality water. Now I go ahead and filter it here, but so I'm getting even more out of it. And I'm pretty sure they don't use fluoride down here in their tap. But yeah, finding a good source of water. So it's more than just the food. Like I say, I see too many of these. I call them just one-trick ponies. You know, that is just very narrow niche of just raw vegan, raw vegan, raw vegan, raw vegan. And even some of and this is like not trying to be judgmental, it's just like being able, having eyes and seeing what is. Some of your biggest name gurus in the raw vegan lifestyle are just not clicking in other categories, or that they don't seem to be for me. And like I see a lot of them that like kind of get caught up in their whole their brand or their whole thing, and they're like working it like a job. So they seem stressed out. They seem like they're busy all the time. They actually have schedules. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that's nothing that I would want to have, but they have stress. So here's your people that's big gurus I see sometime, and you see them clearly exhibiting stress, or like, you see those adrenals, you see those late nights, they stay up all night doing whatever. So there's got to be more than just the food. The food is super important. A plant-based lifestyle, in my opinion, is super important, but it's just one component. It's just one component to our health. And that's what I want to, hey, I could grow this channel a little bit faster if I would just be very, very narrow niche. But this kind of reflects who I am, what I think, what my philosophy on life is, and I like to share accordingly. And I like I say, I think there's just so many more components to a healthy, happy, balanced life. So that's what I want to kind of expand on in the future, continue to do. I'm thinking about all these different things in my future plans, like where will I be moving, because I'm trying to factor in a lot of this stuff for my personal self, and plus for being able to share with others, and to expand this thing. Like I say, eventually the next step, I'm not sure if it will be the very next step. There might be a step in between, but would be to get another location where I had enough room where people could come. And like I say, I just want to kind of start sharing this lifestyle, not having like proper retreats. Because to me, like I say, I keep going back to that word retreats. That word is kind of a word that fits for people that are still in the matrix, that need things like tick, that need things kind of, even when they go on vacation, back in the real world. I just want to share a healthy lifestyle. I want to share a lot of different components of what I consider to make up a healthy lifestyle. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. I was just chatting with the young lady that's coming down to join me when I come back in 2 weeks. And I was telling her she'll be monumental, because, it'll bring she'll be able to help me expand too. I'm kind of sharing some things from a female standpoint. There's different issues. So anyhow, I'm really excited where things are going, and I'm going to go pack, do this next 2 weeks, and I think when I come back in April, the next 3 months are going to be powerful down here before I go to the States for a little break. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. Probably when you're watching this, I will be in the States or on my way to the States. Love you guys. Peace.